Hello there, and welcome to this Lego building video, ASMR video, where we meticulously, quietly, and quite contentedly put together a Lego build, invariably Star Wars related. Today is no exception. We have the piece de resistance presented in front of you, and this is Luke Skywalker's X-Wing. This, by its size, probably means it's going to be quite an elongated, long Lego build, and it's going to be take a little bit longer time to put this together because this is a larger Lego set. So I'm sure there's going to be tons of bits in here which are very intricate, interesting, ASMR sound worthy, tingle worthy, and filled with plenty of parts where you either relax to or fall asleep. Your choice, whatever you want. But all I know is that I'm incredibly excited to put this together. The X-Wing is something which I had my eye on, and a lot of you on my Instagram said that you were interested in another Lego video, so I paid attention to that, and this is what you got. So I hope you're excited to put this together like I am. So first we will take a little examination of the box and what we have here. So we have, of course, the X-Wing, and this is the Luke Skywalker Trench Run X-Wing. It contains R2 unit in there, Luke Skywalker in there, but also little touches which I really love is that it includes Biggs dark light. Is it dark lighter? Yes, dark lighter. I didn't want to make a rookie mistake. And his R unit R2Q2. So you can have the option to swap them around and change this to Biggs, and if you want to have your X-Wing blow up when he's doing the trench run, you can do that. But I think it's really cool that they've given you that option there of the minifigures to be able to change them, interchange between Luke Skywalker and R2 and Biggs and R2Q2, and play around with those two things. So I used to have the old 1990s X-Wing, and a lot has changed since then. This looks more, should I say, closer to the original model you see in the films, and I expect that he does cooler things. You have a canopy which opens there. You can see Moustache Biggs dark lighter in there. He looks like he's very happy to go and attack the Death Star, even though most of the odds are against him, but still Biggs is very pleased with himself. And you have firing torpedo missiles down here, and then other proton torpedoes, I think, here. So there's lots of little bits that are going on in this set which are really cool. The canopy, like I said, open, and then with the wings they close and open up as well, and attack as force, lock position, etc. And then close for when you're flying around and going into hyperspace and things like that. So lots of cool features on there for you to have variety, I suppose, and whatever setup you want in your Lego set. But there's your R2 can fit in there properly. A lot of the Lego sets, the R2 doesn't actually go in like for sort of portrait ways. It always has to go sort of landscape, and but this one, it sits in perfectly there. So everything about this set so far looks pretty great. And you can see there we've got R2, no R5, R2, I don't know, Big Starglighter, the minifigures, and everything that you get in this set. So this, I think, unfortunately, it's in the Last Jedi style packaging here, and nothing beats the Phantom Menace packaging. I used to love that in the Lego sets. So that kind of, for me, if I'm to be really picky, lets the set down. And everything, if you have questions about that, then go in my description and over at Skyman Universe, and all will be explained for you and how I feel about that. But yeah, some cool little features on here, and the landing gear goes down, and this is a very playable set. So I think with the building, it's going to be a little bit tricky in places, but very ASMR filled to the brim with tingles. So I'm quietly confident that you will probably fall asleep to this at some point, because there's plenty of things in here and in the box which look really good. I just love this X-Wing so much, honestly. I've always wanted to get one of these new X-Wings, and now you give me a reason to get it. So this is going to look really cool, and it's going to be a fun set to build, and probably take a little bit of a while. But you love Lego as much as me and putting it together, which is great. So we will do this as a joint endeavour, and we will have fun doing it as well. So, and also thank you so much, by the way, for my 400,000 subscribers. That is completely crazy, and honestly, it's so well appreciated. You have no idea. So thank you for that. I just thought I'd squeeze that in there because I really haven't had a chance to say in any of the videos. So thanks so much for that. I love how serious Luke Skywalker is there in his X-Wing, and he's ready to do the job and try and get those torpedoes down the exhaust port of the Death Star, the floor that Galen Erso set up in Rogue One, and then destroy the Death Star. So this is a really cool set. I think it'd be really cool to have the option to buy like a scene to put in the background for displaying and things, because it would be cool to have these sorts of prints behind your X-Wing, because it really helps it come to life, and this makes it look climactic, whereas when it sits by its own it doesn't look as climactic. But anyway, okay, I've explained and talked for long enough. Let's take it to the Lego table. I've opted for a different table this time, something a little bit softer, spongy, and will interact with the bricks. I think one more thing would be really cool in this and make this set for me is if they added Balkans in there. That would be so awesome. Then you could have a Balkans scenario going on, just to have the options of different rebel pilots. A Balkans one I would greatly appreciate, and a big good nod. I'm a big fan of Balkans. So let's take it to the Lego table. Okay, so like I said, different table, a little bit softer and more textured, hopefully, so Lego bits won't make a loud noise when it bangs or something like that. Right, this is a precious box, so I don't really want to ruin it. Okay, so there's quite a lot of bits here. I didn't think there'd be so many bags. And this booklet is incredibly long. Like, goes up to 290 And at some point we are going to get to that point there. So, like I said, it's going to be a long one. So I hope you enjoy the build and everything. It doesn't look, if I glance it, too complicated, except the mechanism bit here, where this will be the bit where you open and close the X-Wing wings. So that bit could be a little bit tricky, but all of course doable, provided we concentrate and don't fall asleep like I usually do. So I think we'll do the minifigures last because they're like the best bit to put on, and that will complete the ship. So we'll begin with this. We'll get all these open, separate them, and then get to building the sections. So, even though I said we'd build the minifigures last, I think we'll just do it now because they're here. Okay, so this would be R2, and I think it's still the same sort of R2-D2 that I got in the 1990s. It looks very similar. And Luke Skywalker in this one. So you have an option of happy Luke Skywalker or not so happy Luke Skywalker. That is never going to focus, is it? That's Spider-Man. No, that's not happening. Okay, so pop on his helmet there. And by the way, this is a little clue to a video I'm working on that will probably be out in quite some time, probably the end of summer. But come on, you can do this. There it is. And it involves Luke Skywalker type costume and this thing here, so hopefully you can sort of guess what I'm working on there. It's a lot of costume buying and waiting for certain costume to go on there. I mean, you could look at my wish list and get another clue if you want, but Luke Skywalker looks pretty cool there. And then R2-D2's legs. Like I've said it many times before, when I'm building a Lego set, I always seem to be in this weird zone that I find myself in. It's this relaxation ASMR thing, but Lego building, and I've got it already, so that's good times. And there's R2, so that'll be ready and waiting. So this is our area of building right there. Okay, let us begin. Okay, so I'll begin with the wrong piece already. So it's these two bits here. Sit like that. This looks like it's the cockpit straight away. And something I noticed, I didn't see too many transfers, which is always a good sign because they're always really tricky to put together. Well, at least for me anyway. Maybe not so much for you, but I'm not a massive fan of transfers of Lego sets. Okay, then that goes on there. And there we have it. Page 1. About 50 more to go. Right. So we have another one at the end. I always find it very surprising how these sets just come together this looks like the cockpit straight away. Okay. That's why, because I got the wrong one. There should be a 3 dark grey one, which there it is. Okay. You can never differentiate between the light and dark greys in this. That is a major problem of mine for some reason. Like with these bits, like what made them choose this colour, I mean, you're never going to see it, so is that why it's so red? Perhaps, I don't know. We shall never know. Okay. Page in their completion. And where's that? I know you're here somewhere, buddy. I'm just not seeing it right there. There it is. Okay. This red one goes in the corner there. Though I appear to be missing a little piece there because I've got probably one of the main bits right there. Something I'd like to make sure that I do as well is push down really hard on the set, so when you're, I don't know, playing with it or something, you will always know that it's proper secure. Just in case it drops, then the likelihood of it staying together is doubled, as opposed to just having it to put together very gently and lightly. Okay, so we need this red thing, and it goes on the back here, and some little bits across here. So I assume this is probably the proton torpedo thing. Yeah, I could be wrong. Of course, these are very early stages in the Lego build, but we like to speculate on the way and see what we're going to get. Okay. No, not those. There's a flat version of that somewhere, which I am missing. Times 2 of those, but yet I don't see. So I guess these could be engine related, maybe. I could be wrong. Probably am wrong, but they look like they could be. Slot that in there. Then there's these white bits. have it so far. Okay. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because it's awesome, but I'm rather excited at doing this Lego set. I think X-Wings is just that iconic Star Wars ship, and for me it's that and the Naboo in one starfighter that have always been my favourite sort of iconic Star Wars ships, along with the TIE Fighter, but something about the X-Wing and the Naboo fighter which I always really loved so much. Okay, this looks like it's going to start getting a little bit complex. Okay, so pop all these bits on the yellow bit there. Yeah, so pay attention, Fred, and do not fudge this up. Right, that, then this goes on that way. We have another pointy bit that comes out the top there, and then this bit which I've never seen in my life that goes at the top, like so. And apparently that will slide in on there, and then we get another yellow bit and pop it in the middle there. So we've made a thing that does something. So yeah, you can probably guess already that is going to be one of the win things that you set us for an attack position. That's what it is. And yeah, it's carry style wing there. Just want to double check that it's yeah, probably the wrong side there already. That way there. But that's the one. See, if you make that tiny mistake now without realizing, you'll be going back trying to find out why it's not right. Okay. These go across like this. So right now, when I made this, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has just come out, and there we go. Just double check that. And yeah, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are about it, if you're excited to go, and if that's somewhere that you would pay all that money to go, because really it isn't cheap for what you get. You have to pay for the experiences of, it's like a build your own lightsaber is $200, and then there's a build your own droid thing which is quite expensive as well. So I'm curious to know whether you think it's worth it. Personally, I think they made a big mistake trying to make it a new land. I think it should have been like a familiar planet that we know already, like Tatooine or something like that, to make it feel really Star Warsy, because people want to go into these places. I think Tatooine could have worked really well because you could have had a pod racer section, and then a Jabba section with tons of aliens, There doesn't seem to be, I thought there'd be a lot of sort of miscellaneous alien characters walking around, but everyone seems to be just dressed in kind of resistance-like clothes. And just to me, I don't know what it is, but it's just something which doesn't get me going. Maybe because I'm such an old school fan of the other Star Wars movies. I don't know, but I think it would have been way more immersive to honour something in the past rather than create something new which doesn't really have that nostalgic feeling. They're going for the option of wanting to create your own story, which is cool when you're there, but to me I think it would have been way better to sort of keep on the lines of the Empire and Rebellion, keep in the Rogue One era. That could have worked really cool, and I think there would have been a lot of popularity for those time periods as well. But that's just me. You could be completely different in how you think about it. Either way, of course, I want to go there and check it all out. And my nearest Disney is Disneyland Paris, which I've been quite a few times, and it's, well, a couple of times, and both times I had a great time there. And the one you can check out on my KnightAdventures channel, and you can check out on my KnightAdventures channel, and see we go around Disneyland there. Okay, so we're nearing the completion of the first bag. True to its word, it has seemed to have taken quite a long time in putting together. Okay, so this has the part which goes on there. I think it does anyway. Probably where I've squeezed it so tight it doesn't really go in as much. And then this fiddly bit gets in there and then lay it back. Right, things are happening. It's starting to come together. Things are happening. It's starting to come together quite nicely. Okay, and white bit here, white bit there, and green bit somewhere. That. There we have it. So that's the first bag. We've made a thing. I assume that's the cockpit, and everything's sort of looking down that way. So very exciting. So we now move on to back to have the spare bits here. Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. We could pop that on, and why not? He can carry it for now. It just sits in there. So yeah, this is all the front section I think will be put in together now. So the back, I think there should be some small pieces there which we may have just missed out there. Okay, from the previous one. Okay, this goes across, and that goes across like that. Now it's telling us to flip this over at the top there. Right, so a lot of intricate, tiny, little, happy little pieces going on here. chair. I think it goes there. Appears to be a gap in between. So that's what it says, so that's what it's got. And then down like that. Oh, there's a little. These black things, they remind me of these crisps that you used to get when you was a kid. And they looked just like that, but they tasted horrible. A great fact for you there. Okay. So, those pieces there. We need some blue bits to go into the top of these. There's some very interesting building elements with this, which I haven't seen before, and not that I've had tons of experience with Lego recently, but of the ones I've done, there appears to be quite a few different techniques along the way to make these parts and designs, which are quite interesting. So there we have it, and lots of different pieces, which I think may have been made specifically for this set. Could be wrong, but they look like they've been designed just for it, which is cool. It's always cool to see different new bricks and things. This is always kind of evolving at Lego, which I like that they do that. That's impossible to try and find something white on here when the whole table was white. There should be another one of those. This apparently is meant to push this through, but it's not going to happen. So on the image, I'm following the image. I think we need that one. That's why. There we go. Just a happy little mistake there. Perfect. Oops. No, that's broken. Very delicate though, these building methods. So, right. Like for these, for example, I've never seen those before. You have to make like these corner pieces which articulate, which is kind of a neat idea. Whoever came up with that, just to get the finer bits of detail, I'd imagine. Okay, so make sure these bend outwards. There we go, and then I have a couple of flat pieces to go on top to secure it in place. So, no idea what this bit is, if it's meant to go out or what. Very interesting, I suppose. And then we'll be doing the same again for the other side. Yeah, there's kind of a lot of cool techniques that we're picking up here. Okay. Okay, well, it's telling us to do it a different way this time, so that's what we're doing. That should be another articulating piece here. There it is. Okay. Interesting. So, very different from what we just put together there. Okay. So I wonder why they had it on the instructions to build them in completely different ways, yet they're the same but just opposite. I don't know. How bizarre. Right, so this goes through the middle there, and apparently is meant to sit on these bits. That's really cool. So that just seems to come together pretty quickly, and it takes shape straight away. It's so strange that all those little intricate bits in there just put together that front piece. Pretty cool. So we have the back part, which falls in here somewhere. Majority of the time it's showing me where to put things, but a lot of the time it just says the piece but with no arrows pointing down, which is a little bit different to how just Lego videos, sort of Lego sets. Perhaps they're encouraging you to build it yourself, build one yourself. Slots in there. I like it when big pieces like that come together and yeah, start to take shape. But we did need a couple of things on them. So the front there. See, so these articulating bits give a little bit of movement to allow it to curve in, so it's just ever so slightly turned. That is a really cool idea. I'm really impressed with that. I think that's actually very clever that Lego have done that and thought up they'll need something like that. And this is the fun bit. You get the soft bits, and when you start putting in all the detail, then you know that you're in the home run, so to speak. But we're not. We're far from it. Okay, so a blue one over here, and a couple of white small pieces So they don't match, they're not symmetrical, which I find a bit strange. So we have Luke's cockpit view there, so that I assume pops on there, stick that on there, and now we can see where he's flying on his this little cockpit computer. A cool little feature. And then we surround it with these white bits here, and then a single white piece that goes across. Perfect. Thing is, I feel like Bob Ross when I'm doing this. In my head, I say things to myself like, things are happening here. It's all starting to come together. Things are happening. And yeah, because they are, and it's exciting. Right, so this would be the front part of the X-Wing, kind of like the iconic part to me anyway. So is that black or there we go. Or is that the wrong side? It's the wrong side. These bits always remind me of like aeroplanes in the olden days Lego sets. They always had those bits on them. Don't know why that stood out to me so much. You used to have like this cowboy and safari set, and you had like this old school Indiana Jones car. It's like an Indiana Jones theme, but it wasn't him. It's like a safari explorer. And a guy with an old biplane, and a pilot guy with a moustache. It was kind of random, but it was a cool set, and that was a set which I used to love when I was younger. I always used to play with that set, get a lot of enjoyment out of it. So this clips on there, clips on the end, and voila, it is perfect. That's so cool. When you just see it come together, it instantly starts to become an X-Wing or a rocket. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, that's cool. Just check there aren't any extra pieces to put on there. No. Oh dear, we need to put some stickers on. It's happening. It's happening. So this, and try and get this in the middle, which will probably be near impossible. Oh well, but you did get it quite near, so well done, Fred. Another one on the top here, and that will go in here. Like, I don't know why, but all the white pieces start to go cream over time, and you can see this kind of difference in the white pieces here. Yet no time has passed since I've had it. Okay, a little bit of detail goes on there, and then these pieces a little bit further back. That's really cool. Things are starting to look more X-wingy as we go along, which is great. So see, once again, it's not showing me that I need to put these things down here. It's just you have to work it out for yourself. It's so strange, and I like to whiz through these, and I have to be extra careful that I'm not missing anything. Right, so we're making some weird block. So we need a black piece underneath, and black piece on top, and then that like so. Oh, that was quick. And that sits behind Luke. It sits on top there, facing that way. Right. So that's probably the cockpit canopy that opens and closes there and there. Okay. So I think this is probably where a little R2D2 or R2Q2 is going to sit. It's going to be housed there, which will be very exciting for Astromech, I'm sure. Okay, just checking, it's not telling me that I need to put something somewhere. And then two of these on top, there we go. Yeah, so that's definitely the canopy bit. And then we have this black part and here, which it didn't tell me to put in. Pop that on top there, and then there's a detailed part that goes here. Right, so we've moved on to number 3. Always disconcerting seeing little pieces after, like if there's something out. There appears to be a lot of tiny pieces here. Right. But at least this is for the canopy. The cockpit canopy. Right, so that flies on top. There's it telling me to make 1 or 2 of these. Just the one. The cockpit's in already. Brilliant. Okay, so this goes on the back. So got it on the back of Luke Skywalker. It's a thing. It's a detail thing. I see. There we go. Yes. Very much starting to take shape. This excites me greatly. Will that focus? There we go. So the cockpit that opens and closes, and Luke Skywalker will pop in. Right. So we're going to be working on the back a little bit more. It's telling me to turn it around. We need to start detailing all these bits around here. So need a flat bit. It's little tiny bits in here, so it's somewhat worrying. We need 2 of these. And they sit on the side. Okay. Yes, there's definitely engine parts. And it's saying I need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 3 flat blue pieces. 1, 2, 3. Now you kind of got to guess where they go on the back. So there's one down here on the right side, which is horizontal, and the one next to it is portrait. So this has to be, I'd imagine, detailing for along that part of the engine or something. I can't imagine they serve a purpose because they're not symmetrical. But then again, going by our build so far, it hasn't all been symmetrical or anything like that. Right. Okay. And this goes out and goes out there. There's 2 of those. Okay. And on the back we have a circular piece. There. Yeah, so definitely a detailed part. You know what I was saying about the safari thing a second ago? Here's a couple of those guns which used to be in that safari thing. I don't know if you see it, probably not, and that would take forever to load, but I expect this is part of the engine, I think it's cool when they add things like that, like a gun that you're familiar with, but it acts as a detailed part of the ship. Like, I know, some wires in there or something. Kind of looks cool. Focus. Do you want to focus? Perhaps if I do something. No. No, you do it. There you go. Okay, so you see the guns like around there. Right. So things are happening on the top here. Okay, well, I think I was meant to guess another part here, because there's no hope in hell that you'd realise you need to pop these in here, because it doesn't say. I didn't know some Lego builds were like this. Is a little bit different, shall I say, to what I've built in the past. Okay, we appear to have missed a couple of pieces there, so we have to go back and take it apart to make sure. And there's one piece that I missed out. Okay, so that's in there, and we go back to where we were, which was way ahead. Okay, so this goes on those two pieces there. Okay, then the black piece, another one there, and then a corner bit. There it is. Okay. It starts to get a bit fiddly in my big hands and fingers, can't really get in there, but it's just more little bits of detail for the cockpit or the engine, shall I say. Right, so that there, and then we have a 3 which goes in the middle, and a 2 which goes there. Okay, and another little one underneath. Smooth bit, my favourite. And another smooth bit there. Checking that all looks right, because it looks like fiddly underneath. It's the same again. Great version of that. There it is. Okay. A lot of curvy things going on here. Alright, so we need that part on the top. And that goes on there. So assume this could be front detail. Right, so torpedoes. So we have one of these things and it sits on that. I see. Okay. We want a white one, not a grey one. I think it's cool that they add these torpedo things to these sets, but I'm not bothered about them so much. But I suppose kids that they want to, yeah, they've got like a warning here, so you don't fire it in someone's eye or their face. But sometimes you just can't help yourself. Right. Okay. And that tends to put it on the corner here, which is pretty cool. Just make sure that it looks correct. It's level with what it's telling us. It needs to be level with. That's pretty cool. So instantly you see the side of an X-wing, the detail, the smooth curvature just comes to life. I like that. That is good. Though it feels a little bit loose there for some reason. So not sure why. Okay, so it'd be the same type of thing again. As you can tell, it starts to get extremely fiddly in certain places. Okay, it kind of gets there. This is a very delicate area, and that this same bit on the other side sits there. Okay, and then our X-wing is starting to look like an X-wing minus the wings. So I think this is like a twiddly thing, and it tells us to put it down in the middle somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure where it is telling us to do that. So we have to flip this back and pop this there, not sure. So it goes through the bottom, I think, and then you flip this back over the top. Cool mechanism actually, so it keeps the bottom bit in place. Let's see. So this would be the landing gear, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure, but that'd be cool if it is. Alright. Another one that, so we flip that over. Whoops. Pop that again through the middle. Flip it over. And we've done it again. So please stay there. There it is. Okay, and yeah, so this is definitely the landing gear, I imagine. Okay, and this sits on the top to prevent that from falling through, which hopefully it's not going to do again, but it will. Okay, a couple of those. This goes at the front. There it is. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so we now have a landing gear for our X-wing. Time to look good. Last time I probably made one of those mechanisms was on my Jango Fett. Or was it Bob Fett? I think it was Jango Fett Space 1, which I had when I was a kid, and I loved that set so much. Okay, flip it back around. And time for some detail. Okay, so all of this section along here, and the white bit, yes, has these angled pieces along here. Okay, and the same kind of. Right, so 6 of those, and then 6 of these inner pieces. And I think that's to jam this mechanism in there as well. Or not, it still works. That's great. I'm very impressed with all the intricate detail there is on this. I didn't know. I don't know how someone actually figures this out. Because it's, I don't know, it's strange. It's like who would have thought that you can just make that slot bit in there using these pieces? It's quite complicated, I think. I admire these Lego builders. I think they're pretty good. Pretty great. Right. So because it's not showing us again, one assumes that this goes on the back there. I admire the builders, but not the instruction makers so much. A little bit complicated when they don't need to be. Okay. No, there we go, like that, and join together. detail. A couple of blue bits here, so it's not symmetrical. So I think this is the cool bit. Possibly where the engines are going to be going. Okay, so that's there, and that goes in the middle, and the same again. Whoops. There. Have a box or something here, which I have no idea what that is, but it must be something delicate or important, I'm not sure. So, okay. Let's put together Biggs. Biggs is cool. Let's put his moustache face in there. Happy moustache face. There we go. He's having a great time. He's looking forward to going flying. There's a gun here somewhere as well. There it is. Okay. So pop his gun on there. Pop these there. We get Q2. And yeah, I suppose we're doing a little droid building here, like you would at Galaxy's Edge and Disneyland. And yeah, put that together like so. Something I would have loved at Galaxy's Edge is just more gritty, grimy things. Like they've got the cantina, but once again, it would have been better on Tatooine. So you can experience the cantina, like the hub of all Star Wars comes from Tatooine, really, if you think about it. Like the Skywalkers, pod racing, yeah, all those good things, the huts, in the end. So why not Tatooine? I don't know. But still, I'm sure Batu, I think that's the name of it, is just as good. Maybe. I'm not sure. Okay. But the Millennium Falcon, right, it does look pretty awesome. Be very interested to ride that, and very excited to ride that one day. But providing you get the cockpit view, of course, like you're actually the pilot of the ship. Okay. I don't know what it's telling me here. So we need one of these. A 3. Have we got 3 around? There's a 3. Okay. So that's that. Pop that. And there. And 1. These wings look kind of massive, I think. Yeah. So it comes out. Yeah. I suppose it's quite proportional. This massive piece has stuff going on the back of it, and then it goes across, then this sits on. Not quite sure how that fits on, to be honest. So that's made like that, and this goes next to the blue thing, but it's meant to because I like to use a 3-bit. Come on, Fred. Don't be a donut. There it is. we're in business. I thought this was going to be easy, this section, but there's a lot of flipping around and not telling you where everything should go. No, you don't. So I suppose they want to make this as detailed as possible. So we're going to flip it over again, turn it around, and do these things. Okay, so that, and then we need a 4-piece. Goes there, and then there it is. Okay. And another small. Is it black? We don't actually need to put that in. Okay, so 3 bits on that. And then we turn it over again. And pop these on the top. Alright. Yeah, I just come to the realization I think there might be 4 of these, so you probably would just see me build one of these because they're all going to be exactly the same anyway, so I don't know why you need to see that. Then when we need to put it together, then that's the good bit, I suppose, because right now it appears to be quite fiddly and stuff. I don't know if you enjoy that type of thing, but I don't. I like just not thinking, having to think and just put it together, but this, I seem to be able to think quite considerably more to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay, so that's been covered, that's on the side there, that's got 2 there, even though, right, so I put that over 1 too many. If we can get you on, there it is. Okay. And right, we need this. That's the one. Okay. Okay, so what's it tell us to do now? Got some smaller pieces here. And we need to pop these over the top. Make some curvy detail there. That's what it wants us to do. Okay. And then these interesting engine pieces, which look pretty awesome, go in the middle, like so. And then we pop these bits on there. Okay. I think what would be really cool, I mean, I don't really have the space to do it, but it would be good to have these all set up in a scene, so you have the backgrounds to these things and have, I don't know, a couple of X-Wings and Y-Wing in there, sort of a Lego setup with them preparing to take off or something. I like sort of creating that atmosphere for people. That's what I would like, I suppose. I'm not going to do it, but if you are interested and really into it, then that's a cool thing I can imagine doing. Okay. I'm not sure if this is telling me the outside, so I'll put you in there. There it is. Okay. And then top. No black piece. Damn. That's better. And then that on top. And there's a block that goes next to it, like so. Voila. And then more of these things where are you taking this thing? Right, and then there's something. Where is it? This. I need that. So this points through the middle here, and it goes. I'm not sure how far down that goes. Probably there. Voila. And just to make sure we haven't missed anything, I think there was probably a couple of things we missed there. Yeah, like so. And I assume that's both sides. Okay, that just clicks on like that. We need a couple of these weird things. There seems to be an abundance of, and they go at the front, pointing out. So I assume that's for these pieces. Okay, and we need a grated grill part and a soft bit. Yes. Not sure what this does. Is that meant to be like that? How strange. It's like ball bearings or something. So things are happening and beginning to take place here. So I've built the 4 wing sections, and I did this because it is pretty much exactly the same building each thing, so I didn't think you'd want to see me build it 3 times. Exact same thing 3 times in a row. But it's all pretty similar, and now it's the point of connecting these wings to the appropriate allocated spot. So have one at the bottom, one at the top. I've worked out this mechanism here. When you place it up, it twists this bit round, so in turn that will, I think, maybe bring down the landing gear, but this will twist open the wings, and these wings will be pushed back together through the force of this disconnection and elastic bands, bringing it together, which would be, whoops, in here. I assume they're in these pots here, so one for each one. So we're on the final bag. This looks awesome, by the way, completely awesome. And the shape, I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do now. I mean, I was looking forward to it, but I think it looks really great at the moment. And it's kind of to scale to the Lego minifigure as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't think that's going to pick it up. I've lowered the light because it's later on in the video, just in case you're falling asleep, but then you don't want a blazing white light. So we pop these bits on here and complete our Lego build. Okay. Extra tiny minute pieces on that. So just go back because it does tell us how these are meant to go on, just to make sure that we are doing it right. As I don't want to be doing it wrong. So yeah, so these need to be flat down this back, and then these just slot in at the bottom here. I think that's meant to protrude out a little bit. I don't know what's meant to be stopping these from coming out, but I seem to push that in for some reason. Okay. So, same again on the top. now it's starting to look extremely awesome, and really comes to life when you pop the wings on it. I think this would be kind of cool on a setup thing. So like maybe part of your X-Wing's damaged and you've got R units around and putting it back together if you were making sort of a hangar base setup or something like that. I mean, if that's what I was doing, then I'd probably do something like that. Right, so on here we have these small round cogs here. So this is where we house the elastic bands going around the top of both of these. So I'll get it out of its tiny little box which it comes in. I suppose it's a special Lego elastic band. I think we put it around the top in two places, so possibly top and bottom there, and the same again, the cogs. Yeah, perfect. And then the same again on the other side. And same again there. And if my calculations are indeed correct, this should open to attack position, and it stays open. And this looks really cool. I love it so much already. We haven't even finished yet, but I had to do it. So the mechanism in here is really good. The shape, the design, this is just like my Lego dream. Haven't seen a piece as good as this. This is really good. This has exceeded my expectations. But this looks awesome. So as you can see, we have the elastic bands on the back here as well. So really everything is going to be nice and firmly in place. So to put those back down, we just press this one here and move it across, and voila. And they're not moving anywhere. They're there to stay, which is good. So that's a really great design. I'm very impressed with that. I seem to be reviewing it as we go along, but we're not really here for the review, are we? Okay. So we've done the elastic bands, and now for number 6. So we need to do some minor adjustments here, I think. Still things to do on the top, so I think I see. So this is just to make sure the elastic band doesn't fling off, which is another cool idea. And the same again down here. Right, so the engines, I forgot that the engines need to go on these 4 pieces as well. So that's what it's edging us to build. So assuming this is just going to be one of those quite repetitive designs. And this will sit on here and touches there. So that's pretty cool. And then the same again, like 4 times. I can only imagine how long this video is at the moment. So if you're still here, then wow. Huge congratulations to you for your commitment to Lego and Lego building and ASMR putting this together because it's fun. It's great fun. Even though I've just done it from there again. I need to concentrate more. Okay, and then the same again. But I think this, instead of me to do it at the bottom, we'll just stick to how it's saying to do it on the instructions. So even these little intricate bits here, they planned that at the end for that to fit on. I don't know, I just find that fascinating that they stuck to their word. There it is. I think the design work on this is crazy good. This has impressed me every single step of the way, and it's only a Lego set, but it's cool that this much effort has been put into a build, and that's why I really enjoy building it and find it really good for ASMR. It's just, to me, it's just interesting and something that you can just say cheerio to whatever you're doing and enjoy yourself. Okay, one more. We appear to have that one's not fitting on for some reason. Because to me, I don't know why, but that should be going on there. Yeah. So why that's not fitting on, I do not know. So I think that, yeah, there's a back and a front to this, so we'll pop that on the right way, I suppose. Stick it on. There we go. This one is on backwards, so we'll take that off if we can. Switch it around. Like so. So these need transfer stickers on them. So we need 4 and 5. No, 5 and 6. So where's that? These two. So 5 goes on the left side. Please be straight, please be straight, please be. Damn. I think that's about there. Attempt the same. I think that's straight enough. Okay. And then we have stuff these tiny axes. They go in there somehow, but I'm not sure how. Whether they fit in there. Okay. That's really cool. So even tiny bits of detail like that, like these axes, and you just put them all in. I think that's really cool. I think once I'm done with this, I'm actually going to get some like fishing wire or something, white fishing wire, and I'm going to pop Luke Skywalker and R2-D2 in it, and they're going to hang from the ceiling like that, because why not? If I was a kid, then that would be something which I would love to have on my ceiling. So, funny when you see all these little tiny Lego pieces, and even like a tiny bit like this reminds me of a set when I was younger, and it used to clearly do something, probably from that cowboy set that I was telling you about earlier. So these go around the back here, apparently flip around. I don't know if it's meant to be like that. Okay, and the same again. Where are you? There. Okay, and then pop that on the back there. And you guessed it, flip it around. So we need to do a little bit of work here. These pieces were like a classic spaceship thing. You'd find them in all the spaceships and like pod racer things. This just shows how basic Lego used to be back in those days. So this goes back on the back of the X-Wing, and kind of, I think it sits on there. There we go. So that looks really good. Oh dear, something complex is like this. Right. So I think these are just all the sort of torpedo looking things. Okay. Or what would you call these? The antennas? Antennas or something. Okay, and then we have a thing, engine part at the bottom, and then a barrel, a pirate barrel at the top, put a white bit on, barrel on the top, and then what do we have here? A black piece goes on like so. Actually, no, that's not right. This goes in there, then the black piece on top of that, and this on that, and that squeezes on there, and parfait. Right, so these are the options, and this needs to happen 4 times. Then we pop them on. Just make sure we're popping it on the right spot, but I think it's there. That looks awesome. That looks so good. Okay, so we need to do that 4 times, and there goes our torpedo. Right, so I feel like once you do one thing, you kind of can speed up, and then it gets turned into quite a quick building process. And there goes another bit. Well done, Fred. You're just losing them all. That's when I was doing those wings there. The first wing was a little bit complex, then the second one went considerably faster, and then it went faster and faster, and then you become a pro on the last one. Okay. Yep. And quite a bit. All these bits just keep wanting to roll off away from me. I don't know why. Stop it. Okay. And look how easy it becomes. Slap it on there, nice and quick, and I think one of our integral pieces went on the floor. Yes, it did. Well retrieved. There we go. There's 1 and 2, and the final engine. Voila. Well done, Fred, you put on that engine exceptionally well. So there's two potential parts. This can go on the back and the front bit. I think I popped it on the wrong one there. And then stick this on the top. So they're kind of loose, those bits, like they will come off easily by the looks of it, but I think that'd be alright. We hope. We're on the last final bits. Right, so we need to put some of the final stencils on our X-wings. Or stickers, not stencils, should I say. The tricky, sticky bit, which I'm always terrible at. Yeah, that's not level. Bottom thread. Okay, and the same again. That's a little bit more level. And that's completely off. And last but not least, yeah, wonky bottom. Okay, so all of these go on the outside here. So it's just some light detailing. So even tiny bits like this just add a little bit more relief and detail to the build, and create points of interest, and makes it come a little bit more alive. And I think it looks really cool. I assume those stencils were there. Yeah. So apparently there's, I don't know if it's telling me to put more on. So is that saying the underneath? Okay, this is confusing because we popped our stencil on there, and that's nice and happy. Okay, and then we change it over, and it's saying, I don't know, maybe it's saying to put it underneath as well. One assumes that it's saying put it underneath, so that's what we do. I'll just break my nail off there. Okay, so I think that these are meant to be that way around, perhaps. Okay, and then, oh bugger. Yes, I've made a bit of a boo-boo. So these have already got those bits on them, so we'll just take them off and replace it like so, and pretend we didn't make a mistake there. Because we didn't really, it's the same piece, we're just replacing it with a bit with a stick on. It's not cheating unless you find out. Right. Okay, and now we can attach all the torpedoes. So these, I think, are called quick fire or quick release. Once you just got to toggle it and it's fired off. So it's cool that you've got all these features on there, because when I was a kid and my X-Wing, nothing would shoot from it. You just have to pretend that it was shooting down stormtroopers or something, and come close and make the sound effects, and then yeah, your stormtroopers would be finished. But now you actually get to fire them off, which is pretty cool. So we'll add them to our guns there, so those flick off as well. So there's a lot of firepower on this, and yeah, so I think, and there it is. So I think we can pop either Luke Skywalker or Dak in there. I'm not sure which one we should pop in there first. I think we go with Skywalker and R2D2. So there it is, looking pretty great. R2, you live in there. Welcome to your new home. Lift up the cockpit, gonna be there. Luke, no, that's Biggs. Did I say Dak then? Probably meant Biggs. Okay, and we'll sit you in your cockpit, and you both can get ready to fly to Dagobah to see Yoda. That's so cool. I love this set so much. And we just lift open the wings. Perfect. This is really cool. So we'll get our stick out and we'll just go through the cockpit here. The cockpit is really good, and like I said, that I have a certain video planned, and it is very much with this sort of point of view, and yeah, that could be interesting. So if you made it this far, then congratulations, you know a future video. But this is really nice, sleek design. It looks like nothing's gonna come off, but whilst we're building it, I got the sense that a lot of thought, care and attention has been placed into making all these parts different and using unique pieces and ways to put it all together, like these articulating pieces here and here on both sides to create that curvature and allow the Lego to move ever so slightly, so it's not stiff, and if it was, then it might be more prone to breaking off. I don't know. The engines look really cool along here, and the fact they open so and close so well with this mechanism here, which was the first things we built, I think. I love it. It's sturdy, it's stiff, and it really complements this, and it doesn't get in the way either. It looks like a functioning part of the X-Wing itself. Let's pop the landing gear up. We're flying. Right, like so. So that looks really cool. The laser guns and turrets look awesome. They look so good. And look at the size of it compared to the figure. This is like a UCR build of Lego almost. The size is right, like it feels right. So you can have a lot of fun, I think, flying this around. I love this bag, all the imagery around here, and this whole section is just, it's an X-Wing. I mean, you can't go wrong with what they've done here. It's the perfect design, and it's been really well done with all these bits, and it's almost like just a model. Lego is starting to turn into models because the builds are so great, and you want it to be more like the films, right? So you can't complain with that. I love all the engine detail here and all the intricate little pieces and the guns that are in there, the cowboy guns, to make up some of the wires and all the Star Warsy bits in there. So this whole section here looks completely awesome. Okay, let's pop it down there. Okay, and up again. So you could imagine Luke Skywalker and R2 flying down the trench run. And there we have it. About 3 hours of building. Wow, this has turned into an exceptionally long Lego build, but a highly enjoyable one. I think because I'm filming it, it probably got a little bit longer than it takes to build, but I think probably about a couple of hours if you're just chill about building, then that would be enough time to build this X-Wing. So like I said, it's got so many cool features, and I love everything about it. It's got a great shape. It's the iconic ship, and I hope that it helped you feel relaxed and fall asleep and just enjoy the build and all that good stuff you get from Lego. I just can't help but look how awesome everything is. In whatever position you put it in, it looks great, and all angles. It's very visually pleasing to the eye for any Star Wars fan. So I think we'll just test out one of the turrets just to make sure it goes wide or not. And there it is. So expect this is hilarious. So if it's helped you sleep and feel good, then that's great. I hope you got plenty of tingles from this as well during the build, and as satisfied as I am with what the end product was, because look at it, it looks pretty amazing, and I'm gonna have to hang it from my ceiling or something, because I don't really have anywhere that I can make a Lego scenario, but I'd love to make it like a Yavin 4 Rebel base scenario, or on board one of the Rebel fleet ships in the hangar bay, and have X-Wings there, droids going on, and sort of everyone preparing, make that Lego home for your Lego Star Wars minifigures and the good guys, and make sure you have everything prepared and ready for attack for the Empire. That would be my scenario. Yours could be completely different. Yours could be fighting the Empire or crashing in Dagobah, something like that, something cool. But if you were going to make a scenario, then I'll just have a look in the comments and see what your ideas would be. But regardless, this has gone on for an absolute, probably way too long. This is probably going to be the longest video that I've ever made, so I hope that you've enjoyed it, and enjoyed as much as I have building it. As you know, Fred loves his Lego and Star Wars, so this really is something that I enjoyed. Okay, so take care of yourself, sleep well.